How is the connection? You guys let me know. If there's problems, we're burning down Comcast. We're gonna burn down a tower or something. No. Oh, shit. Yeah. Amazing. Never used a machete before, as you can tell. Oh, shit. Hola. Couple things we gotta do. Couple things we're gonna talk about. I'm a little beat, but we're here. In a minute, I'm gonna stop and look where we're at on GPS. Something out there. Heard something. I'm gonna pull up my GPS. See where we're at. Oh shit. You're not gonna believe this. We're actually going back towards the trail. We're not going up. We're going sideways. Here's something creepy for you guys. We thought we were going straight up north, like north. We thought we were going up this. There's something up here. Just heard something. Something's up here. Somebody, an animal or somebody's up here. Anyway, yo, let's get started. How you guys doing? Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And we're going to be talking about this weird, kind of interesting story. I went out there today to Lauderhill. And I walked around the area by the canal. I saw where the first body was. I saw where the second body was. I spoke to somebody that works for the media, but he's like a technical person. And he told me that there was going to be a press conference today after, around 5 or something. I got there at 4 p.m. today. And so there is a press conference. And so that's one of the things we're going to watch too. I'm going to show you the video of me out there. I spoke with 2 people out there as well. One guy that works there as like in landscaping and another that's like a neighbor. And she told me an interesting story about a woman that they saw there in the water before these 2 girls are found. A woman like in wrapped up in like cloth or something just in the water. And that canal is not a swimming canal. It's like a lot of like dirty stuff in there and like trash and whatever. I don't know if we'll be able to hear the audio. I'm going to play it. We'll see if we can hear it. And then the maintenance guy told me some interesting stuff too. And then she put me onto a story that I never even knew about. Right across the canal, this creepy property that I saw. There was some kid that died there a couple years back. And so I looked it up after the fact and I was like, oh, she's right. There was a child that died a couple years ago. So at the end of the stream, we'll talk about that a little bit too. I feel like I need to adjust this a little bit. It's kind of... so what I'll do is let me play you some clips real quick. Some of these clips let me see, I'm gonna play blah 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 blah. Let me play these clips so you guys can understand what's going on a little bit. There we go.
In a Lauderhill Canal within hours of each other.
So this happened I believe yesterday, Tuesday. And I remember when Stace reached out to me, she was like, oh, there was a body found in Lauderhill. I was like, oh, snap. And I was kind of like, all right, well, we'll see. Maybe I'll look into it later. And then a couple hours later, 2 bodies found. 2 bodies found. So I was like, holy crap.
Neighbors shocked by the child tragedies.
But police cannot say at this point if the cases are even related. 7's Katrina Bush is live in Lauderhill this morning where the discoveries were made and with more on what investigators are saying. Katrina?
Well, police do tell us that both of these girls are no older than 11 or 12 years old. They say there were no obvious signs with either discovery of any trauma or foul play. People in this neighborhood are devastated. We just spoke to a woman who says she hasn't been able to sleep at all.
I just hope they could, find answers quickly.
An update from police after a young girl's body was found in a Lauderhill Canal.
We have possibly identified the female.
Then a shocking development. Another body found in the same canal, another young girl.
I came from my friend's house, and my other friend had said,
Serena, thanks for becoming a member. Let's remember already. Or maybe you're different, Katrina.
Welcome to the dark side.
Thank you.
"Hey man, it was a body in the lake," and I was like, "Yeah, I heard about it." He was like, "No, it's a body in the lake right now."
It came just hours after the first discovery.
I came outside and I saw a child floating in the water.
When LaWanna Johnson first spotted the girl, she was face down in the canal near the 5900 block of Northwest 21st Street in Lauderhill, her arms outstretched.
I got near it. I said, "It's a little girl." No shoes on, nothing, just a blouse and some shorts. It shocked me. I froze. Then I started to cry.
She called 911. You can see her from above, sitting in the chair as detectives cordoned off the area.
Before we're able to identify them, we have to positively say this is in fact the person, and we have to make sure that the next of kin is notified. It's not that we're not in contact with anybody. We are in contact with people that are not in this area. But again, this is very complicated.
Now 2 bodies of 2 young girls. How they died and their connection, if any, still unknown.
A lot of parents, we are worried and scared because we don't know if this is a random thing or is it something that could happen again. I'm just scared for the kids.
Let me play 2 more clips, and then I'm going to show you the video of me going out there. It's kind of a virtual tour, but I spoke with some people. It was really interesting. And then we're going to talk about the situation that came up. There's updates that came. I was out there around 4, 5 o'clock. By the time I left, updates were coming out. They released the identity of different things going on. So we're going to talk about that too. I'm just kind of walking you through the timeline a little bit. Let me play this here. And by the way, just thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Flossie, Ariana, Lynn, Asio, Sherry, Jason, Evelyn, Butterfly, Lynn. Oh, Lynn. Is that that's a different Lynn. Tanika. Appreciate it.
Forensics will tell you how long that body been back there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's been more than an average of a week.
Neighbors near Northwest 56th Avenue and Oakland Park Boulevard horrified to learn that a girl, possibly as young as 10 years old, was found floating in a canal behind their homes. Lauderhill Police struggling to figure out who the girl is.
We've cross-referenced a lot of the missing children's reports, and so far we haven't come up with anything. Doesn't mean that the child is not missing, it just hasn't been reported yet.
Chopper 4 over the scene Tuesday afternoon. It's believed the body had been in the canal for some time.
We're very eager to find out who this child belongs to, where this child came from.
Concerned parents watching from afar as investigators work the scene.
My kids are freaking out. They're wondering if it's their friends.
And this mom says more could have been done to prevent this.
We need to pay more attention to our children, even when we're not home. Ring doorbell is $200. A weave costs more than that. The shoes you're wearing cost more than that. The car note costs more than that. Save yourself and save your children.
And take a look at your screen right now. This is a description of that body.
Let me move on to the next one. I think that was it that I wanted to play before I start the video. I mean, there's a couple more. Let me see.
Of 8:45 today,
They discovered a second body in that canal. 12.
Flowers on her shirt. She was
First gruesome discovery 8 hours.
piece the puzzle together.
According to officials, both girls are no older than 12. They were discovered just 8 hours apart.
I saw her floating in the water right here. It shocked me.
Yeah, we saw that. Okay, so let me take you to the video now that I recorded going out there in person. Hopefully it plays smooth for you guys. Supposed to put audio there, but I forgot to do audio. That portion. Right here. Lauderhill, the one time. All right, let me take you full screen. Boom. Hey, it's iCkEdMeL, and I'm pulling up to the residential area. I just kind of wanted to look for myself. You know, with these kind of things, you can't have any expectations. And this Lauderhill, the one time I went, or once or twice, it's a pretty, like, you know, it looked like a place you could get robbed. This area here looks pretty decent. Looks nice. I don't know. Looks can be deceiving, but looks like a decent area. What I'm gonna do is, because supposedly the bodies were found behind the complex or this area, I'm gonna hopefully find a place that I can park and just walk along the canal and just check it out for myself. I've arrived on scene, somewhat close to the area. I decided to park off to the side here so I don't have to. It's kind of weird because there's all these, I guess, apartments, and I don't want to have to like creep between apartments and stuff, or like get in people's properties, because you don't know what that could lead to. But that's kind of the only way, the access to the canal. So I'm gonna go between here, but I have to work all the way around to the other side. The more to the left you go, the thicker it is, and the more houses there are and stuff. And so I figured, let me just get the easy access first instead of having to cross a bunch of houses. My initial arriving here was that, okay, it's cool, it looks nice than what I figured for Lauderhill. But honestly, once I parked, it's kind of a little creepy. I feel like, yeah, I stick out and I kind of don't belong here. But I'm gonna take a walk, we'll see. Hey, duckies. So this is the canal that runs along the back of the apartments, but it also crosses over to another area. There's somebody already watching me too on the other side, watching her dog and stuff. I see caution tape over there too, so I might try to talk to her and see. But this is kind of like a up close visual. I mean, anybody could really pull up and dump a body if they wanted to, or from the other side. And I would think something like this would have to be dumped recently, because it's pretty packed over here as far as houses and stuff. Somebody would have seen something. I don't know how long the people have been dead, but the dumping of, or the discarding of the bodies, I would think would be recent. I'm gonna try to talk to that lady off camera. Ooh. See, usually when I'm in the woods, that's what I'm concerned about. Oh, focus. Those spiders right there. It's huge, but it won't let me focus. Probably why your internet's not working. If you're in this neighborhood, Comcast should really take care of that. Oh shit. Big spider. Should have brought my tools. Fuck. Yeah, there's people from the neighborhood. Oh, the news is setting up out here. Looks like I caught something. Am I allowed to be here? I don't know. I just walked around. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll start screaming at me. I'm guessing this is where one of the bodies were found. The news is here. Wow. All the way up. Live TV. Look at 10. Wow. So it's kind of interesting. I caught randomly by surprise. I showed up here, and they might do something here. I'm not sure. But there's a news crew. That guy that I was talking to was with CBS, a really nice guy. He just told me a little bit about the technicalities, and that's like the antenna that goes all the way up and stuff. Just kind of interesting to see, you know, from this side. And they have their whole setup here. This is where the first body was found. Further down is where the other body was found. So I'd like to walk down the canal for where the second body was found. The reports that I read, it's believed to be like a missing person. I don't know if both or just one. And the other day I covered the Sonara story, and I heard that the parents showed up over here with the pictures, which is really sad and unfortunate. You know, they're really looking for her. But I heard in the article, supposedly it didn't match. I don't know. So they might be announcing today the identities of the girls, which, wow, that would be fast if they know. if they're able to find out. It's creepy to think that a body was found here. So I'm gonna keep walking along to find my way to the other one. And this is the first time I've been to this specific place, and I guess I was on point. There's a big fish there in the water if you can see him. He skirted away. I guess what I'm gonna try to do is hang around here for maybe an hour. Maybe I can catch a live press conference or something here. The guy told me they were gonna do it at CBS, but they gotta be setting up here for a reason. I don't know if it's just pictures or video. You know, this is where the first body was found, but no smell. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just like a very kind of quiet area, secluded. It is Lauderhill, where, you know, I've always known it to be bad, but this area doesn't seem really bad, to be honest with you. That's kind of interesting. Like a staircase that leads to the water and from that property. See, the thing is, I was wondering, I don't know, where, I mean, I think once they identify the bodies, it'll definitely give more clues or hints. But how would somebody dump a body here? There's a fishing pole there too. I mean, you could do this side. You could park at night and try to do a quick 2 bodies, maybe, I don't know. Unless you live here and you were storing them. I mean, I don't mean to sound graphic, but just talking about possibilities. You're storing them, and then finally, you know, the smell and the odor, you had to do something. You were just trying to buy time. The other thing, there's this other side. I don't know what this is on the other side. People have easy access to. It's right on their property. They can just come out, you know, and do something if they wanted to. Oh, banana spotted will hurt? Still walking further down. It looked vicious. I think the article said too, because I read it briefly, that it's believed that they've been dead for a while, but a while could mean anything. It's kind of an ambiguous term, especially these days. We're gonna walk around to the other side though. I mean, it's very quiet. If I lived there, I'd be outside playing with my kids or letting Maddie play outside. I always go outside with Maddie. I don't let her play outside by herself, but it seems like a very quiet area, a place that you can kind of escape from reality, you know? This is quite interesting. If you wanted to, you could literally pull up. They even got a ramp access for you. And if you wanted to discard of somebody. So there's a current, but it's slow. You can see how these leaves move. Slow. There's a current. First body found down there. We've walked from down there over here. Second body found down there. And you can kind of see the current of the water. I don't know if the current changes or how that works. Maybe somebody can speak on current. But it's coming this way. So a couple things now that caught my interest. As I'm walking towards the first body, which I'm not even sure if there's caution tape or where, or they have identified it, there's some really creepy properties here. I don't know what this is. This one says there, T-Love was here, which is whatever. But this one, look at this place. What is up with this place? And you know I want to walk in there. I'd have to find how to get to the other side. I'm going to check my GPS. I want to get inside of there. And this place, keep this in mind, because I spoke to a local over there and she put me on to what happened over here. This is where a different child died. So when we get through this story, I'm going to put you on to what this lady told me about this place, because I looked it up. I went to verify and I was like, man, could she really be talking about a child? Supposedly a child died there, it burned to death. It's a crazy story. I mean, it's not a long story, but we're definitely going to touch on that. So just remember this. What's inside of that place? Wow. Is it closed off? Vivi, thank you. Appreciate that. So I marked it on my GPS. So when I leave here, I'm going to see if I can somehow access that. If possible, it might be gated off. I'll also have to check how far down supposedly the body was found. I don't know if it's marked off like the second one. It might not be because caution tape was here. So this is where the other body was found. I confirmed it with a lady that I spoke to after the fact, and she told me when I came back, this lady told me 2 different stories, which was kind of interesting. We're gonna get to that. It's kind of crazy, but this is where the other body was found, and it was since removed. There's flowers over here. Rest in peace, condolences. I don't know what happened, but hopefully it gets figured out. You see there's caution tape over here. There was caution tape there. I believe this was the area. They have since moved the caution tape, but this was the area. You just have to look for the little details and clues of caution tape. Young kids here too. I see them sitting in the car. Caution tape. So I think it's safe to assume this was the area and they took it down. More caution tape. So this is kind of interesting. It's across the way. Well, what's going on over here? And so this area right here, I'll give you a little bit of a heads up. One of the ladies that lives here and I spoke to, and one of the maintenance guys, because this cop was across the street from where the bodies were found in a different area, which is kind of weird. And I was like, I wonder if the mother lived around here or the person involved lived around here. Why was this cop across the way? And I did at the end of this video go to the other side, but I didn't see anything. What I heard was supposedly, and the news article posted this too. Okay, I didn't keep in mind that I was here around 4 or 5 p.m. A lot of things came out after the fact, so I didn't know a lot of things. It came out after I left. But a lady there told me that before these girls were found in the water, that there was a woman previously out there in the water, like in like a bathrobe, or not a bath, she said like sheets or something like that. And there's reports that some woman was out there trying to baptize people in the same place that these 2 kids were found in the water. And we're going to keep going. And I heard supposedly mental health, mental illness. I don't know. We're going to kind of get to that. So I thought it was kind of interesting because she pointed to like this area where there was somebody doing that. Have anything to do with the related case, or is it separate? So I'm thinking when I go to check out that creepy house, we can go check out this area too. Maybe something going on here, maybe something, I would think it's related. I'm about to turn back and walk where I came from. There's a cop car there, but I'm just kind of curious to walk along the bank of this water. Thing is, there's both sides here too, so, and I don't know that there's going to be a bunch of cameras facing the water, if any. Almost to the end.
Welcome to the dark side.
There's some fishies in there. Well, they kind of moved away. There's fishes in there. The water seems to have a current going down. I don't know if that changes or not. Pipe. Fishies. Fishes among all the pollution. Well, made it to the end. All the way down there. Got a long way to walk back. Well, made it to the end. I'm sweating. Gonna walk back, see if there's anything going on with this, the news, the media. The only person I spoke to so far was the news media. I haven't asked anybody that lives here anything. I just waved to the one lady. Maybe on the way back I will. Hi, kitty. How are you? You hungry? Hi. Oh shit. How you doing? You nice kitty cat. I was just looking at some of this trash by the water. We're still at the end. Got a chair here. Chair broken. I found the leg here by the water too. Broken there. Comes up to here. This is the same piece that belongs to that. I don't know. There's a bunch of trash out here, you know? I spoke to some guys that work here. I didn't want to be disrespectful and record them. I don't want to go through the asking thing. But they work here doing like maintenance, cleaning the lawn and stuff. And
well, you look at that.
What he told me was that supposedly,
remember,
I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. Oh,
to the dark side.
I think YouTube's trolling me. You know what's going on? It's telling me that I guess you made it to a new month. It says Chick Benny has been a member for 3 months. Tanique, I don't know how long Tanique has been a member, but that's kind of weird. I guess every time somebody makes a month, now it's sending a notification. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, it's kind of cool. This area, am I focused? Are they focused? Okay. You said this area, it's a decent area considering Lauderhill, because Lauderhill I've always known it as an area that's not so nice. He said things kind of turn up at nighttime over here. Right now it's kind of quiet. This is the normal, like at this time it's normally quiet. Nighttime things turn up. One guy said supposedly a 13 and a 6-year-old were the bodies. Which those ages are incorrect, but that's what he told me. Bodies, but I don't know if that's true. I believe it's And correct. The other guy said too, supposedly that they found the mother, supposedly, allegedly. I don't know if this is true or not. And that actually turned out to be true. And that the mother has some sort of mental illness of one of the kids. I don't know if it's both of them or just one. But supposedly the mother was found. And there were some sort of mental health issues. The person that I spoke to from the news supposedly said that they're supposed to be making an announcement as far as the identities. And when I spoke to these guys too about this police vehicle across the water, we think it has something to do with this whole situation. Maybe this is where these girls or one of the girls were living. We don't know if these girls are, related or not or what. But there's the cop right here. I'm gonna go across here now and see what's going on. So this is the conversation that I had with the lady. I'm gonna see if we can listen. If it's if the audio is too hard to listen to, then I'll just move on and I'll just kind of tell you briefly what she said. So just try to listen in. And this was after that. Oh god, that's gonna be so annoying. I might have to turn it off. That's so annoying. I don't know why that's happening. Something always happens to me.
Welcome to the dark side.
Is it gonna go through the entire list of members right now? Jesus. Yeah. Here.
So we expect a little boy to want going to lick. How many little grandsons want going to lick too?
Right.
But a little girl, and then a couple of
two.
Another one. So yesterday they said they didn't suspect the full thing. But then the other one last night. It was
that's weird. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
2 children at the same time in the same leg. Come on now. And it wasn't there for a long time because the body had started to come to decompose.
It was decomposing?
It was breaking down. But it was.
That's what I'm thinking. Somebody was probably holding the body somewhere and then they dumped it. It couldn't have been in the water that long, right?
You don't know. Maybe they had them strapped on or something. You never know. But boy, I tell you. Remember that lady a couple of years ago? I think last year. No, a year before. Tried to drown her autistic child.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She mentioned, we talked about this a couple times on the channel. If you guys remember that woman that threw her autistic child in the water and she failed a couple of times, it was caught on video. She threw this kid in the water and then she ran away. Like, I guess she was caught and she was like screaming, ah! She was trying to throw his ass in there and run away and act like he walked in there by himself. And the thing, she was actually very calculated about that, because that is a thing with autistic children. They're attracted to water. And so she was trying to pull a fast one, and she ended up killing him at a different canal or river.
And they got it on camera too.
Yeah, because
she tried to drown him and then she ran away screaming.
Because people saw her, so she went different lakes. But the last lake she went to, so one, she had gotten through with it, and so one put.
Hassel Joseph had those bodies in the house. Was it across the canal, Hassel? Do you know about that? Are you local? Was it in that house across where the cops were at? What were the cops across the canal?
So I saw her late at the last minute. I went to pull them out, call the police firm.
Yeah, those guys that were working on it, they told me that they believe they found the mother of one of the kids. I don't know if it's one or both, but found the mother. I suppose she has some mental health problems or something like that. So, I don't know. But they were saying too, they think that has something to do with it, the police over there. I don't know if the lady lived over there, or one of the kids lived there, or somebody you know lived over there. But so she was dead or she was alive?
She was living. She was helping the lady on the issue, and she was saying a lot of crazy stuff.
And she was in the lake?
In the lake.
So now she's talking about the woman. She mentioned it again, but I asked her about it again. She's talking about there was a woman in this canal, in the lake, talking crazy as hell, swimming in this shit, wrapped up in like cloth and stuff before these girls were found dead. That's crazy. And I wonder if that was the mother of these kids.
So she was dead or she was alive?
She was living. She was helping the lady on the issue, and she was saying a lot of crazy stuff.
And she was in the lake?
In the lake, wrapped up in sheets. In the lake, right over there.
Wow. So, that's crazy.
Oh, they should have done a sacrificial nothing, you know?
Shit. Maybe that has something to do with that, yeah.
There's two big girls, and the girls that you can, that was slip and fall. Coming, that these little girls don't want to go in this lake, they're nasty. These little girls don't want to go in the lake. Girls around that age.
That's true. That's not a lake to swim in. The scenery is nice in the area, but those types of lakes, those canals, it's not for swimming. You don't want to go dunk your body in that.
They pursue themselves and you
right,
know.
Right. Oh my god.
It hurts. I used to do a program for children. A lot of their lakes they closed on the program. So I gotta talk to the lady and get something done. Because these children need help.
Yeah.
And they live under a lot of different conditions, and it's summertime now, and the more upset.
Oh yeah, and the virus, people at home, and the virus, they don't want to be with the kids.
Oh my Lord.
They're going crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy. So maybe that lady has something to do with it, I don't know. Wow. Because the way the water's going to, the water's moving like that way.
Yeah, it comes from somewhere up, so.
Yeah. Wow.
Around the corner,
Around the corner, yeah, I'm gonna walk back over there now, yeah.
My daughter come to work, my daughter was saying about I said, yeah, because she said, no, Ma, it's another one. I was so shocked.
Somebody messaged me too. They said, another buyer. I said, what?
I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my god.
And all this time, nobody come forward and say, are you the mother, are you the father of your children?
Nothing.
Are you missing your children?
Uh-huh.
I put a post and said, y'all are missing children? Those children missing, y'all don't miss them?
There was another family of a missing girl from Pembroke Pines that came over here, I think yesterday I heard. But they said
7 to 9, thank you.
Supposedly they don't match the description.
I think that's it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but he said that in the database of missing children, two girls didn't
pop up.
The girl didn't match.
Yeah,
She didn't pop up at all. So they didn't know who she was. They didn't know where to go. They came several times, several different cities came to take pictures to see if she belonged to their database, but she didn't belong to their database.
Crazy.
And that kind of stuff don't happen over here, right? Like, I mean,
No, this is
it's crazy.
Over here is funny, because this house right here.
Yeah. That's what this one right here?
Yeah.
The broken stuff? I walked by and I said, yo, that house looks so strange.
That's the two of the boys. Right here.
2 boys died there?
They might have been out partying, I wish went. I left him in there and the lady was cooking or something. I heard caught fire.
Oh my God.
One time the other one jumped through the window, a little bit scared to jump through the window. And the top caught fire.
Oh my God, 2 boys out there? Jesus Christ.
And those 2 girls in the doggone lake.
Yeah, I saw that thing and I was like, that looks so strange, but I didn't know the story behind that.
Yeah, nobody want to buy it, nobody want to
Oh my God.
live there. I will buy it, change it up.
Right, you gotta have to maybe tear it down.
Too blessed.
Do something with it.
Yeah.
The bottom structure is so good.
Too skinny though. Those cows.
Jesus Christ.
2 boys and no 2 girls. These lake, they get cursed.
That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. And that thing right there too, anybody can kind of pull up and do something if they wanted to. There's a little ramp right there.
That's the bridge over.
Yeah. Alright, well, it was nice meeting you. Alright, take care. Good luck. Stay blessed. Oh my God. Okay. Seriously.
So yeah, that lady is somebody that lives there. Evelyn said, does she know me? No, she didn't know who I was. I like to go to these places very low key. I don't need to stand out, and people just, I don't know what it is in public. Just I find my way. They naturally talk to me. We have conversations. It wasn't that hard, you know. The one lady, when I first walked up, I was gonna say something to her, but I didn't. I just play by ear, especially this area, Lauderhill. It's kind of like, oh my God. But the people were nice. The couple of people that I ran into were nice, but literally, like, you turn the block, you turn the corner, and you really see Lauderhill. You see the shadiness. And just, I stopped at a store to get a drink for the before I left the Lauderhill, because it's like a 20-minute drive or something like that. And when I stopped at the store, I was kind of like, I just felt, I literally went in there. I got myself a little water, a little Perrier, and some other stuff. And I'm standing in line, and it's taking forever, and the woman's stalling. And the way I think in my head, I think about every possible way that I'm going to die or whatever. So I started thinking about the movies, and this guy's like stalling and purposely, and the woman's in on it too, and they're going to steal my car. So nothing happened.
Look at that.
I don't know why YouTube's doing that. And I was looking out to my car, and I was checking my car too, in case they're like breaking into my car because the camera's there.
Welcome to the
But
dark
I
side.
like to be very low key, and that's why I really love this camera too. Very low key, inconspicuous, high quality, but just point and shoot. Nice. I wonder if the mother's involved. I don't know. I don't know if it's mother of both children, or is it 2 different kids, or what the whole situation. And we might find out more later. But it's creepy that 2 other kids here close by died too. I don't know how long ago, but according to that lady, burned in that house. To me, it's a very quiet area. It's kind of eerie. You know, I came out here not knowing what I was going to find. I think sometimes you got to be willing to take a loss, and if you don't find nothing, that's fine too. But I think the visual and some of the stories from the 2 locals, I think, was worth coming out to get a little more information, and we'll see what happens. So I'm on the other side of this. It's just a cop here though. I have no idea what's going on this side, and the cop don't seem to be in the car. I'm not sure why it's blocked off. I can't lie, I get creepy vibes being around some of these areas. It's just so quiet now. It's like, I'm really wondering if the mother lived like right there or something. After the stream, I'm gonna dig a little bit in, because their names and stuff have been identified now. But I just wonder why the cop was parked there. Was that the dumping site? Is the mother's apartment there where the cop is parked? I don't understand why he was parked there. What's on the surface is not really what's really here, or usually here. And this looks like a little hangout area. This is right next to where the cop blocked off the side. This is the other side of the water. We were just on that side. It looks like a hangout spot. Trampoline. This is a supposed burn place, I think, is next door. We're gonna go check that out.
But we're gonna see if we can get access to the burned place, supposedly where the kids died. Not sure what the cops doing there, but maybe they're inside a home doing a search. The cop's right over there. Not sure what he's doing though. This place looks torn up. Woodpecker?
That's a good question, T. Blessed. I'm wondering if they were already dead. I don't know when they were put in the water. It's hard to say. That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't even. Oh, it's not this one, but the one after. The burn place. A lot of shoe boxes, trash, stuff stacked, table. I don't know. Guess I'm gonna take my car to the next area. I don't see any point in walking up to the cop car just to stand there. The place that's been burned down, it looks like it's kind of locked off with no access, unfortunately. I mean, maybe there's not much to see in there, but I was curious. Looks like they're gonna do some renovation or something to the place. I thought about going up to the cop car. I didn't see anybody inside, but I just, you know, I don't know, the way things are these days, I don't want to be walking up to no vehicle, and then even if I do, he doesn't owe me anything, right? So, figured not. But honestly, around the area too, like, the area I walked through looked decent, but just the block over is like, just looked kind of sketch, some of these places. I definitely don't want to be here too long. This whole area, fucking sketch ass area. Supposedly is the place where the kids burned. 2031. I wonder if I could look that up and see to verify her story. 2031. Yeah, it's gated off. Oh, this was an apartment place, it looks like. 2035, guest. That's 2035, 2031. The entire thing's gated off.
Okay, and so that's that video. Now I got a couple things to show you and talk about. I trimmed that video so you wouldn't have to sit for like the original raw footage is like 40 minutes or something. That's 27 minutes. I try to cut it down. I think let's talk about the fire first because it's kind of brief, and then we'll go back to these two girls about the mother, the identities, and the press conference that came out. And so let me pull it up first. Apparently, it's not two kids that died. It was one child that died. You know, the lady probably didn't know, or maybe she didn't know the full story.
Well, you look at that. We got a new member.
I don't know what is going on in this stream.
Welcome to the dark side.
This is that place I just pulled up at the end. Let me see which one's more. Let's watch the video clip first.
Live in Lauderhill, and Ari, is anybody facing charges here yet?
Not yet, Adam, but police are not yet finished with their investigation. They have to consider all the extenuating
that's where I was just at.
First, take a look behind.
And this is from 2014, I believe. So it's just kind of weird and crazy. You never know what you're going to encounter. But I went to go to this sketch area to find out about these bodies and kind of talk to people. And then I also hear about this other story that's literally right across the canal where a child died, burned to death, apparently.
You can see that the entire unit has now been fenced off. It's unsafe, severely weakened by the fire that decimated a building and a family. Raw, unbridled grief. Family members and friends overcome by emotion, a scene we witnessed repeatedly all day long. The tragedy that happened in this townhouse fire is simply too overwhelming for some to handle. Firefighters and neighbors could not save an 8-year-old boy trapped inside.
When the firemen come and they said they cannot do nothing, they cannot save the body because the fire was too much.
Once FD got inside of the house, they tried to knock down the fire. However, the intensity of the fire was so great that they had to back out, and the ceiling was actually collapsing down on them.
The fire.
So the ceiling was collapsing. That's why when I went there today, that whole townhouse thing is gone. It's just like the first level, and it's like all, you saw what it was. It's crazy.
It's
like it's all gone.
Jaden Ismay. He's the boy on the right in this picture. His 9-year-old brother Justin on the left escaped the flames by jumping out the window. That's Justin walking with firefighters. He ran to his neighbor's house in a panic early this morning. Evelyn Mondestein tried to save Jaden.
He called everybody in here to open the door for him to see if we can save that little boy. And we cannot save that little boy because he was sleeping.
You tried your best though, right?
Yeah, I tried my best.
One neighbor told us she knows the boys, and now the whole community is grieving.
I'm really saddened because it could have been my children or my grandchildren, but I knew the boys from playing with my grandson, and they were really nice kids. It doesn't matter, it's somebody's family. It don't only affect them as a family, it affects all of us as a neighborhood.
Late this afternoon, police confirmed that the boys had been left home alone. These Facebook pictures show the boys with their mom and with dad.
Sad. It's tragic. They're probably taking that as a lesson learned. They shouldn't be left home by themselves.
He said there's a lesson to be learned here about leaving young children home alone. Firefighters say now is a good time to check the smoke detectors in your home. Make sure the batteries are fresh. And by the way, fire investigators have not yet released a cause of this fire. We're live in Lauderhill. Our odds are.
That's the video. Lucas asked a good question too. How did the fire start? I have no idea. I'm gonna read this article a little bit and see if we get some more information. This is from 2014, but that is a good question too, man. Because I covered I covered a story not too long. Well, I think it's been months now, but I covered a story some of you guys may remember where there was a mother that was afraid for the ex or the guy that was the father of the kids. And she said he literally threatened to burn down the house. One day, literally, the house gets burnt down. And this dude said, "Oh, I just came from work. I came from work." And he's crying. And all the people are there. And people are hugging him. And he's talking about Jesus. And he's going to move on. And, you know, all these people do to insert themselves. And it turned out this guy was involved. And he burned down the house. And it was like a full family of like 4 or 5 kids. I think it was 4 kids maybe and the woman. But with this situation, I'll read it briefly, and then we'll kind of get back to, we can watch the press conference, and I'll talk about the identities for this other story. A young child has died after firefighters responded to an apartment in Lauderhill Monday morning. The fire was reported on the 2nd floor of the building, 2031. I was just there today. Crazy, right? When firefighters responded to the 2nd story, was fully engulfed. 2 brothers, 9-year-old Justin Ismay and 8-year-old Jaden Ismay, were upstairs. Justin was able to jump to safety and find a neighbor who called 911. The brother was in the bedroom with him. The brother that was in the bedroom with him did not make it out. Police confirmed the children had been left home alone, but it's still unclear why. It's a sad tragedy. Officials said the flames were so out of control at one point, firefighters had no choice but to sit back and unable to help. And from what I heard from the neighbor, one of the ladies out there, supposedly mom was out partying. Allegedly, that's what I heard. I heard mom was out partying. Oh, I gotta fix this a little bit. My background. Okay. Something like that. Let's see here. Evelyn Modestin, the woman we just saw, woke up to screams of her young neighbor, 9-year-old Justin. Police said he jumped out the 2nd story window to escape a fire, and when he went to get help, he told me, oh, I'm not even going to try to fire inside the house. I think this is just the video clip that we just saw. The children live in a townhome with their mother. The father stays there occasionally. Justin was taken to Plantation General Hospital where he was expected to be okay. Modestine said Justin tried to call his parents, who says they had left him home alone. The boy called the mother. She don't answer the phone. The boy called the father, and the father don't answer the phone. Damn. After the mother and father come together, and they come. Sorry. After that, the mother and the father come together, and they scream. They left their kids by themselves in the house. The next door neighbor, Michael, said that the boys were often left alone. So the boy's father posted a photo on his Facebook page 2 hours after the fire started, then 2 hours after the fire started, which showed him and Justin crying. The caption reads, "Please cherish every sec, yo." The police are interviewing the parents and other family members to determine whether the case was criminal negligence. I wonder what happened with this. What was the turnout? Was there ever any update? Jaden Ismay. I'm gonna look that up and let's see. Oh, they released the 911 calls? Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's not working for some reason. 911 calls. I think they took down the link. No. Father strikes plea deal? Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck is going on with this story? Hold on. Hold up. 1 second. Let's see here. Father strikes a plea deal. Oh, for child neglect. Okay. Oh, okay. So here's the details. Let me read you guys these details so you know about like what's going on. Let me fix this. Can we get a little bit? You know what? Let me just do this. So for now, so we can get through this. 1 second. Oh.
Townhome fire has been sentenced to 10 years. The father of an 8-year-old victim of a Lauderhill townhome fire has been sentenced to 10 years probation. As part of a plea deal, 29-year-old Whistler Ismay will also have to complete a parenting course. In June of 2014, Ismay's son Jaden died when the family's residence on Northwest 59th Way caught fire. Jaden's 9-year-old brother jumped from a second-story window and survived, but he could not persuade his younger sibling to jump. Authorities say the boy's mother typically left a candle burning on a shelf inside the closet, but she was on her way to work when the fire broke out. The boy's father left them alone when he went to take care of her broken-down car. His attorney says Ismay did not know there was a candle burning in the closet when he left home. Ismay received his probation sentence after pleading no contest to 2 counts of child neglect. The mother of the boys was never charged. According to his lawyer, Ismay is still grieving.
So only the father was charged? So supposedly she left a candle lit. I don't know why you would light a candle in a closet. That's kind of weird. Nearly 6 months later, their father, Whistler, negotiated a plea deal in child neglect case and was sentenced to 10 years probation, according to the prosecutors, Ismay's attorney, Scott Hecker. Ismay, 29, he had pleaded not guilty in July to 2 counts of child neglect. On Wednesday, he pleaded no contest with adjudicated guilty and sentenced in Broward Circuit Judge Bernard Bobber's courtroom. He was also ordered to complete a parenting course. And so they were left home alone, and the boy's mother, Melanie, typically left a candle burning on a shelf inside a closet. Why? Why would you do that? It's just why? According to an arrest warrant, she has not been charged in connection with the incident. Why would they charge dad but not the mother? I don't know. I guess because she left but he was supposed to be there? Ismay was not the individual that lit the candle and started the fire. This is what his attorney is saying. This was a very dangerous situation that he didn't cause. Hecker said his client, who at the time was separated from Harvey, was watching over the children but didn't know there was a burning candle in the closet. What do you guys think in the chat? Should the mother have been charged too? Let me ask this real quick. I don't get to use the poll often, so I'm going to run a poll real quick. Should mom have been charged as well? Boom, let's try that out. I never run the polls. We can run a little poll and see how it goes. I mean, she lit the candle. Who lights a candle in the closet? What's the purpose of that? I don't know. And so he was supposed to be in charge of watching over the kids, but didn't know there was a burning candle in the closet. Ismay left the sleeping boys when he went to help their mother, whose car had broken down. Authorities said a crying Justin escaped through the window and knocked on the neighbor's door for help. As a man tried to reach the trapped boy, Justin stood nearby screaming for his little brother, who was stuck up at the stairway consumed by flames. Jesus Christ. My God, yeah. Hey, you never really know what can happen with kids at the house, man. I mean, holy crap. Pretty insane. So yeah, I wanted to share with you guys too just that bizarre story. This story that I never heard of, that nobody probably has ever heard of. And just in my little weird journey today, I encountered this woman, which is a really nice lady, and she told me about this situation. So let's get back to the two bodies, right? And so now they've been identified. I'm going to read you this article, and then we're going to get to the press conference that they gave today, a couple hours ago. And so these are the girls that were identified. Let me get a bigger screen. Let me just show you the full screen, right? Mother of two girls found dead in canal may have been offering to baptize people, police say. This was posted at 5:57. So when I spoke to this lady today, this was way before 5:57. But, you know, I had to come home, I had to edit the video, I had to prepare, all this sort of stuff. But what that lady was telling me was accurate. I mean, that's what she said she saw, and people were talking about that. Some woman was out there in that canal trying to baptize and talking crazy, dressed up weird, and swimming in the canal. The two girls were found dead at the Lauderhill Canal. Are their sisters, 9-year-old Destiny and 7-year-old Daysha, or Daysha, yeah, I think that's how it's said. Police are looking into reports that the mother of the two girls found dead in the South Florida Canal was offering to baptize people in the canal a day earlier, which is what the woman told me. You guys listen. You guys heard the recording. At the press conference, which we're going to watch, 7-year-old Daysha Hogan and 9-year-old Destiny Hogan, investigators identified the girl's mother, Tinessa Hogan. So we got to kind of look into her and check that out. I'm curious about what her history is. As a possible person of interest, she has been taken into custody, but no criminal charges have been filed. I'm wondering what's that whole situation. Very weird. Destiny's body was spotted Tuesday afternoon outside a condominium complex in Lauderhill, which is near Fort Lauderdale. Daysha's body was found just before 9 p.m., not far from where the first body was located. Bigwood confirmed that the family had lived in the area where the bodies were found. So, that police car that we saw too, maybe that's where mom lived with the kids, right? Maybe that's what that was. I feel like that's what that was. Bigwood confirmed that the family had lived in the area where the bodies were found. There were no records of child welfare workers responding to the home. At first, authorities did not suspect foul play because the first girl showed no signs of trauma. After the first body was found, detectives walked the length of the canal, like we did today, that runs behind the Habitat 2 condominiums, but did not find anything else. Then at 8:45 p.m., police received a 911 call from someone who spotted a second child's body. The first girl was wearing short jean shorts, a gray t-shirt with the word dance and the rainbow colored lettering. Police said the second girl was wearing a tan top and flower pajama style bottoms, police said. On Tuesday afternoon, detectives knocked on doors in the neighborhood, asking the neighbors for help. Several residents told investigators about a woman later identified as Tinessa, who was offering to baptize people in the canal on Monday. The girls were last seen near the canal with their mother Monday evening. So, wow. The girls were last seen near the canal with their mother Monday evening. So Tuesday is when the floating bodies are seen. Monday, they see the girls and the mother by the canal. Weird. And I'm just wondering, how did this take place? No, mom's alive. The way they worded the article sounds kind of funky and funny. Mom is alive. She's the mother of two kids that are dead, but the way it's worded sounds funny. She's alive. Lana Johnson told the Sun Sentinel that she was sitting near the canal Tuesday when she spotted the body in the water. It's just upsetting, she said. I see things on TV. I ain't never seen something real like that. Amon Hilt, who is the father of 3 daughters, told WSVN the second girl's body was found after he arrived home Tuesday night. I came home from our friend's house. I think that's the clip that we saw. And my other friend had said, "Hey man, a body's in the lake." I was like, "Yeah, I heard about it." He was like, "No, there's a body in the lake right now." How crazy is that? Imagine that, just sitting there, relaxing, chilling, and just another body's just floating in the water. He said one of his daughters has a skirt like the second child that was found. "I have 3 little girls and it's tragic. I ran up the stairs quick and I hugged them." Wow. So, all right. So we're going to get to the press conference. From what I heard when I was out there today, supposedly, allegedly, mom had some sort of mental health. I don't know what extent, it's just my conversation with actually the 2 people that I spoke to said the same thing. And this was before these details came out. But I just really wonder, could she have done this, like drown them in the water, or did she do something to these kids in the house, like in a bathtub or something, and then take them out and dispose of them? Because I just don't know how you could do that in a canal like that and the kids are not screaming or something, or did she sedate them? I don't know, right? So this was the press conference from today after I left this place. We're going to listen in now.
Juvenile female was pulled from the scene, and the body of a juvenile female was pulled from the water. That female was described as being a preteen black female wearing blue jean shorts and a gray shirt containing the word "dance" on the front window, on the front of the shirt with rainbow colors. There were no apparent signs of trauma to the body on the scene, and the medical examiner's officers will be determining the manner and cause of death. The investigation revealed that the female juvenile was last seen on June 21st, 2021 at approximately 5 p.m. along with another black female juvenile. Through citizens' accounts, investigators determined that the second female juvenile was possibly missing, and a parallel investigation began in an attempt to locate the second female. The missing persons database were cross-referenced against the first female, and there were no reports on file. At approximately 8:45 p.m. on the same night, the Lauderhill Police Department and the Lauderhill Fire Rescue responded to 2201 Northwest 59th Way to investigate a second 911 caller reporting another body floating in the canal. The police department responded and encountered another female in the water. The Broward Sheriff's Office dive team arrived and removed the body from the water. This female was described as a black juvenile female wearing a tan shirt and flower pajama pants. This case remains active, and we'll provide additional information as we receive it. And we're asking anyone that has additional information to contact the Lauderhill Police Department at 954-497-4700 or Broward Crime Stoppers at 954-493-8477, which is also 954-493-TIPS. What I want to add is we were just recently given authorization to release the pictures and the names of the victims. Our investigation has led us to a possible person of interest. However, we are not at the initial stage of we are at the initial stage of the investigation, and the investigation is still going. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Lieutenant Bigwood. He's going to go into a little bit detailed. He's going to provide the names of our 2 victims, as well as a person of interest, and he'll identify from the map where their bodies were located. So, Lieutenant Bigwood.
The pictures, are they going to send those to the various stations via email?
You need a microphone.
Yes, we'll be doing that later.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Lieutenant Mike Bigwood, Lauderhill Police Department, Criminal Investigations Division. As Chief Stanley stated, yesterday at about 12:10 in the afternoon, we received a 911 call to 5926 Northwest 21 Street, where the first juvenile victim was located in the water. And then subsequently at 8:34 in the afternoon to 2201 Northwest 59 Way, where the second body was pulled from the water. At this time, we've determined that the two juvenile females are sisters. They are related. The first child's name is Destiny Hogan, D-E-S-T-I-N-Y, last name H-O-G-A-N. The second child is Daysha Hogan, D-A-Y-S-H-A-H-O-G-A-N. The date of births for the children respectively, the ages for the children respectively are 9 and 7. At this time, we are exploring all possible leads. Detectives have been working nonstop since yesterday. We're, like any other case of this nature, we're exploring family and anything in the neighborhood that is coming up that is presenting leads. As the chief stated, we do have a person of interest at this time. However, we have not received an official ruling on cause and manner of death from the medical examiner's office.
Can you clarify the ages? Destiny would be 9, Daysha would be 7, is that correct?
Destiny is 9 and Daysha is 7, correct.
Can you talk about the people in the neighborhood, a lot of people in the neighborhood are telling us that there was a woman swimming in the canal where I believe it's Destiny's body was found the day before with a Bible saying, "Do you want to be baptized?" With a Bible as well. If you guys can hear the question that he's asking, he's referring to that thing that we heard about today too, a woman swimming in the canal. Imagine that. You're just at your house, you're living in this place, maybe you're walking out with your kids. It's a dirty ass canal with pipe. It almost looks like sewer stuff. And you just turn around, you see some woman swimming in there with a Bible and stuff. It's like, what? Is that someone who's being looked at?
We've also received that information. We are looking at that information very closely. We are familiar with that information. At this point in time, we're not ready to comment on how that relates to this case. But yes, that is an angle that is being looked at.
Also, I was told that with the flyers that you were showing to residents in the area, the adult woman in the flyer that was put out, I'm told that is the lady who was in the canal with the Bible the day before. Is that correct?
I don't have the flyer that you're referring to, but yes, we were showing pictures of that woman this morning along with both children in the neighborhood.
Were either ever reported missing by a parent or guardian?
No.
Never reported missing.
Is the person of interest related to the deceased?
Yes.
Can you say if the person of interest lives in the same neighborhood or in the general area?
They're related. They live together.
In that neighborhood?
All in the same home.
Is it the mother?
Yes.
And he wouldn't answer, like, in that neighborhood, and he's like all in the same neighborhood. I really think where that cop car was, where we saw it today across the canal, I think maybe that mother lived right there. I'm gonna look into it later. If I can, I might even look at it on stream if I can. If I have time, I'm gonna try to pull it up and see this lady's name. Tinessa, I think her name was. So the mother is the woman who you believe was in the canal with the Bible.
That's correct.
Asking if people want to be baptized.
That's correct.
So the mother is a person of interest?
Yes.
And who was found first? Was it Destiny or Daysha?
The first body found was that of Destiny and then Daysha.
And you said during your investigation yesterday, someone had spotted Destiny. They'd seen her with the other girl. Is that correct?
On the 21st.
The day before.
Correct, Monday.
Nobody ever reported them missing, but somebody actually spotted them together.
Correct. Monday the 21st at about 5 in the afternoon is the last sighting of both children and the mother together.
Are there other children in the home?
No, not that we're aware of. And by all records, there are not.
Is that mother in custody right now?
No.
In the flyer, we saw her, it appeared that she had cuffs on. Was she questioned and released? Or?
She was contacted by police. She is not in the community right now, and we're not at liberty to say where she is.
Can you tell us again how deep this canal is?
I have no idea how deep the canal is, sir.
Do you know how long the bodies were there?
We know that from 5 p.m. is our starting point on the 21st. We do not know what time either child went into the water. And we have the recovery times, which I think I gave you guys, but 12:10 p.m. on the 22nd is the first one, and 8:34 at night is the second.
Is mom known to be any sort of pastor, minister, linked to a church, calls herself a pastor, anything like that?
We haven't gotten that far.
She's friends with Shannon Ryan.
And to be clear, on the 21st, both girls were seen together at 5 p.m. with the mother or just the two girls?
With the mother.
The three together?
Yes, ma'am.
By the lake? By the canal? In that area, or?
I can't tell you how far from the water, but in the vicinity, yes.
Are you really saying mom's name?
Yes. It is Tinessa Hogan, Hogan. Tinessa. Tinessa Hogan, Hogan.
Have there been other calls or child protective issues at this home?
No, not in Broward County.
Is there information that you need from the public?
Absolutely.
What specifically are you looking for from the public?
So we're making a plea to the public, and
The addresses that I'm pulling up for this woman is not in. It's like in Daytona for the mother. So I'm not sure how she matches up or aligns with Lauderhill unless she's living with somebody over there. Just kind of curious. 36 years old. I'm not sure how Lauderhill comes into play.
specifically the community of Central Lauderhill, to please, if you know the family, if you know the children, if you're familiar with the relationship, if you're familiar with any churches, organizations that the family may be part of, please call us. We desperately need to know what these relationships are and put some context to how this may have happened.
Is there a belief that the mother, perhaps, Tinessa Hogan, tried to baptize them in the water in the canal? Is that being looked at?
So with any death like this that involves family members, I think we're looking at all possible angles. We haven't substantiated that that's what happened, though.
You questioned the mother. What did she convey?
The mother hasn't been questioned at this point.
Oh, she's not questioned.
No. We know
that's the first thing. Hey, what's going on? Hey, your kids are dead. What's going on with you? Shake her ass. The hell?
30.
She's not charged. Oh, we haven't questioned her. What?
I can't.
Shake that bitch. The hell? Hello? You know what I'm saying? Shake that bitch. The hell? Sorry, I kind of went off a little.
Not in the context that was previously asked.
And can you talk about?
Thank you, Michelle.
This is obviously a very difficult case.
Yes, sir.
For the whole community, given the ages of these children. I mean, talk about that a bit and how it's affected and impacts the people who are working this case.
The detectives are good. They do this day in and day out. Unfortunately, they're coping fine. They're all fully capable and they're doing their job. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet. The peripheral family that we've been in contact with is supportive and helpful. Again, we're hoping that the community reaches out and helps us put some context to how this may have happened.
One of the things we heard last night was that the two victims may not be from this area and maybe from out of county. Are they from the South Florida area?
They are. They are from that specific area where they were located.
And that's what I'm trying to find right now behind the scenes. I'm trying to find the connection. I can't see it on mom's end. I don't know if it's the dad's side, the father of the kids. I'm just trying to find out how that connects to Lauderhill.
Are there relatives who are out of county that you all talked to yesterday?
We have spoken to relatives, yes, and they are outside of Broward County.
Jay.
I don't think that.
Wait, what did you say?
Make a fair assessment at this time. We haven't engaged her in a way that she could. County.
Are they from the South Florida area?
They are. They are from that specific area where they were located.
Do you know who these men are? Are there relatives who are out of county that you all talked to yesterday?
We have spoken to relatives, yes, and they are outside of Broward County.
Is mom cooperative?
I don't think that I can make a fair assessment at this time. We haven't engaged her in a way that she could be cooperative or not cooperative.
Is there another parent, a father, who might be in the area or in the home or anywhere?
To our knowledge at this point, and from all the information that we received from the peripheral family, the father has been estranged from the children for at least a decade, or close to a decade. The children are young.
In one of the photos in the alert that was done yesterday, it looks like it was taken in like a hospital-like setting. Can you confirm that she was Baker active or something else like that?
I can't.
Have you had any information if the mother is a very religious person who is she very religious?
I don't know what her personal beliefs are. We have similar information to what you brought out earlier, that she was in the canal, that she was offering to baptize people in the neighborhood. That is an angle that we're exploring, and again, we reach out to the community for information on that particular subject. That would be helpful.
Have you received any sort of information as to maybe why mom didn't call 911, or once the first girl was found, why she didn't come forward, anything like that?
Unfortunately, we do not right now.
In this investigation, can you put a percentage on, because I know that you guys got to do your due diligence, but is there some sense of something that's nefarious that took place that you guys are just trying to connect the dots, or just,
So at this point, I would classify it as two suspicious deaths. We are definitely treating it as if it was a criminal investigation, but we treat all suspicious deaths pretty much in the same manner. The detectives, like I said, have not left since yesterday at 12 o'clock. So in percentage form, if what your question is how much resource we're putting into it, it's full steam ahead.
Is there a reason why police said it was...
Thank you, Evelyn. Appreciate the super chat.
I'm not sure that we ever released that information. I'm not privy to where that came from.
Wait, what?
Is there a reason why police said it was no foul play at the beginning?
I'm not sure that we ever released that information.
There was an article that said that. I think I think initially they thought there wasn't any.
Information. I'm not privy to where that came from.
I'm pretty sure that police did say that they believed it wasn't foul play when the first girl was found.
This is the first time that we released any information, so if that was released from somewhere, it did not come from this department.
The mother was located in that area when she was taken into custody?
Yes, sir.
So just to make sure I understand the status of the mom, you've taken into custody and being questioned, or now she's back home and are you still talking to her? Is she?
I'd like to answer more on it. I think there are legal reasons that we cannot provide a lot of context on that. She is not under arrest at this point, and the community is not in any harm's way at this point.
But she's not out there. She's in some type of setting.
She is not home, correct. She is not out in the community right this second.
She's in the...
I'm not going to go any further with that. I understand the context of your question. I would like to be able to answer you. I just can't go any further with that.
I'm just trying to make sure that we use the word in custody or has been...
So I'd like to clarify that in custody is not under arrest.
Oh. So she's considered in custody but not under arrest.
She's not under arrest.
What?
Is there any sort of history of this house in terms of calls for child protective services or anything else involving police or any other agencies?
No, we thoroughly looked into that, and at this point, we have not found any of that.
So just to confirm, the woman who was taken away yesterday and the woman who was in the alert photo is the mother, Tinessa?
Yes.
So she's not home, she's not at the police station. Where do we say she is?
You're going to have to wait until we can release that information. I understand the quandary, but we just cannot. We can't speak to that at this point. That's correct. She's a person of interest.
Can you talk about or describe when approached her about, obviously, her two deceased daughters? What was her demeanor? How did she react? Was she surprised?
I can't provide you a whole lot of context on that. I wasn't part of that portion of the investigation. We'll hopefully in the future here have a chance to sit down with her at some point, but it's not now.
Are there
Thank you,
any
Tony.
specific details or needing help from the community?
So I'll recap the others that we gave before. I think any knowledge of the family dynamic, activities that the family engaged in together, just general information about who they were and what their day-to-day life was like would be extremely helpful.
Do you anticipate that the medical examiner's office will be able to give you something more definitive than what you have now in terms of a cause of death?
I do. The autopsies were started and conducted between roughly 9 and 12 this morning into 12 o'clock this afternoon. It's very, very early, and we did attend, but we weren't able to get manner and cause of death.
Just yet?
Correct, at this point.
Expect that information tomorrow, or ideally?
We haven't been given a timeline by the medical examiner's office.
Is there any appearance of trauma?
No outward trauma, no. I'll address the question of outward. We don't have any information about trauma beyond what may have occurred in the water.
We're going to discontinue questions. Again, once we get additional information on the case, we'll be happy to update you on it. The takeaway here is that, we don't have someone out there creating issues in the community that may cause harm to others. So, again, we thank you all for coming out, and we'll provide that additional information once we get updates. Thank you.
Is it possible to have those pictures go one more time on the screen?
Sure. Can we put them up?
And those are being emailed as well?
They are being sent electronically as well, yes.
And the adult female in there is the mother?
Yes, she is.
She's in the pictures that you're including?
There is a separate picture. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, folks, there is
That's
additional
mama.
information that I'll be pushing out. The 911 recordings I will be pushing out
Oh.
within the next half hour or so.
Okay, we got to find that.
Also, the pictures digitally, I'll send them out to you as well. Okay, so just expect them within the next half hour or so. All righty? No, then I gotta get Spanish.
No Spanish, okay? Take it easy.
Alrighty? So,
Calm down.
I'll push it out
Translate
within
it.
the half hour or so.
Damn, I want to see if I can find that 911 call, if possible. Shit, I don't know it's going to be a 911 call. Alright, let me search for this. Damn it. 911 call? Did he release that yet? Or was he releasing it to the media and they're going to release it when they want to? See, hold on a second. News. .911 calls released. So give me a sec. Let me see if we can find this. Lauderhill Police received 911 call. Can we get this shot? Damn it. Lauderhill Police Department. We got something real quick. There's a conference. Let me go to their page. I think they must have released it to the media. I wonder why they didn't put it out yet. Let me try searching their names real quick. If not, then I guess we can call it. It was Hogan. Yeah, it would be really interesting if we could pull up the 911 calls right now. Let me try here. Let me try searching Destiny Hogan, see if that works. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Destiny Hogan. 911. Tricky. 911 callers report sisters missing. Sun Sentinel 2 hours ago. Let's try that. Okay. 911 callers report sisters missing. Sun Sentinel 1 week ago. Gotta log in. Okay, I'm gonna log in. Jesus Christ. Sign in with Facebook. All right, let's see this. I don't know if this is gonna have anything. It doesn't look hopeful, but we'll try. Let's see. Oh.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
Flossie, good job. There might be more calls out there. I don't know, but good job. This is something we can hear.
It's a body out here in the canal. All right, ma'am, take a deep breath for me. What city is that?
In Lauderhill.
Tell me exactly what happened.
I just came out the door. I saw a body in the canal. Close.
Okay, that's okay. So is there somebody drowning, ma'am, or can you
No,
elaborate a little?
the person.
Stay on the phone with me. I'm sorry that you're seeing that. I'm going to get the help out there for you, okay?
Oh, my God.
And how long ago did you find her?
I found her when I just came out the door.
How long ago? How many minutes ago was this?
I don't know how long. I just came outside.
How long
was
ago?
playing with my cat.
Okay.
And I saw the body floating in the water.
Okay, I'm sorry that you're witnessing that. Do not disturb anything at the scene. Okay, we do have units. We have units that are en route.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for calling us. Stay right on the line with me. I know it's very upsetting. An officer's been dispatched.
Oh, my God. I've never seen this before.
Now, what's the office of the emergency?
Hello? Hi, I need you guys to come off of 56 in the Habitat area to see if there's a little girl body in the water. I can't tell if it's a mannequin body, or if it's a body that's been in the water for some days. I need somebody to come check the water.
Alrighty. You said a little girl's body?
Yeah, it looks like, I can't tell if it's a mannequin. It's just the hair, it's a kinky
Sarah said that's her cat that came out. You think so? They mentioned cat?
hair. So that's why I'm like, I don't think mannequin. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, it's okay.
Damn.
It's okay. Just stay on the line with me. It looks like we actually do have this call in for service. Just a moment.
¿Estás vacunado y planeas viajar? Tus vacaciones empiezan con Rail, con acceso a los aeropuertos internacionales de Palm Beach, Fort.
Jesus, you can't even mute it. Oh, that's the same
court case.
Okay. Something else.
It's beautiful park with the
It's a different thing. Oh wait, that looks like a
Murray Memorial.
Oh, it looked familiar. It looks like Fort Lauderdale. But there was two women struggling to catch their breath in separate 911 calls where were unable to believe what they saw in the canal. One caller told the 911 dispatch she wasn't sure if she was looking at a head of a mannequin or a little girl. That's creepy as shit, man. That's gotta like haunt you. Oh my god. I don't know if there's any other ones, or maybe that was the 911 calls he was referring to. That's probably what he was referring to. Yeah, it looks like kinky hair. The caller said, I don't know what's going on. Damn. Crazy, crazy. I'm gonna call you 11th hour, Flossie. Maybe I'll come with a ring to it. 11th hour Flossie, or 11th hour Flo. 11th hour, something. We'll come up with a name. But I think that's it, man. We did an hour and a half. 2 hours ago, Channel 7 reported the mother is in custody. Okay, let me check that out. Let me check that out real quick. We can finish off on that. Let me type in the mother's name. It was Tinessa something. I'm kind of scattered all over the place right now. Mother, here we go. Got the thing right here. Tinessa. Tinessa Hogan. Okay, let's see. Any last updates before we call it? Named person of interest. I don't see anything about her being arrested yet. Let me try typing arrested. So far I don't see that. It's possible, but I don't see it yet. 35 minutes ago, Florida mother of sisters found in canal. A person of interest in their deaths, police say. Yeah. The more recent ones I'm seeing, they say she's a person of interest. I wouldn't be surprised if she does get arrested. Maybe they're just waiting for more information to come, you know? But, yo, I really do appreciate you guys, man. Do check your messages. Oh, my God. I tell you, iCkEdMeL. Let's see what's going on. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. Mom in custody. Damn, 11th hour clutch. Okay, let's get it on the screen. 11th hour. Let's see. Boom. Something like that. Okay. So yeah, it says mom in custody after daughter's bodies found in Florida Canal. This was an hour ago. So if they're reporting correctly, and they're not just saying that, because all the other stuff doesn't say that yet. Let's see.
Tonight, police in Lauderhill, Florida announced they have a person of interest in the deaths of two sisters who were found floating in a canal. And that person is their own mother, Tinessa Hogan.
She was contacted by police. She is not in the community right now.
They've identified the sisters as 9-year-old Destiny and 7-year-old Daysha. Neighbor Lawana Johnson discovered one of the bodies.
It shocked me. I froze. Then I started to cry.
The gruesome discovery happened around noon yesterday. Destiny's body was found first, and about 8 hours later, her sister's was discovered about 500 feet away in the same canal. Witnesses say she was wearing...
CBS is saying in custody. So I guess if they're, according to them, if they're right, she's in custody. They could be misreporting that, but according to
flowered pajama pants.
We are definitely treating it as if it was a criminal investigation.
Officials say they are still awaiting results of autopsies on the girls. They are unsure when the sisters ended up in the water, but believe they've been there for some time.
We're hoping that the community reaches out and helps us put some context to how this may have happened.
Police say the mother, who was not immediately taken into custody, never reported the children missing and that they were last seen together 2 days ago. Tonight, neighbors have been leaving items at a small memorial here for those two sisters. Nora?
Manny Bohor.
I don't know. So maybe she is, maybe she's not. I don't know. They came out with the title, but they didn't say it. And in the video, they're referring to the press conference that we watched. If she's not, I believe that she will be. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely not calling it. I'm just saying according to them, because they might have jumped the gun on that. But I do believe she will be arrested. If not, I mean, eventually, probably, unless there's something we don't know, unless there's a twist to the story. But I really do appreciate you guys when you come out for these kinds of stories, because this is local. These are stories that, well, this one's kind of like interesting. Like, people are actually kind of picking up on this. Like, you know, there is some interest, and it's not just like an unpopular, but it's a very local. And I appreciate when you guys come through, especially the virtual tour type of thing, where I actually go out to the scene and get some video and talk to people. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna follow and see what happens. Oh, by the way, apparently this girl, the other missing girl, the whole drama situation with Sophia, apparently she's found. So I'm gonna repost that on my Facebook. Let me just look at it again. This girl's found, right? Sophia. It's kind of incredible to me that these people did a GoFundMe, the mother's side. when I did the last video that I did with Sophia, I spoke to several people after the fact. People reached out. I learned a lot of details. There's things I never put out, but they were saying she just ran away. It wasn't trafficking. It wasn't like this whole malicious thing. And here she ran away. And there was a lot of other things behind that too. So that situation was kind of crazy because then I see them opening a GoFundMe and I'm thinking, why are they opening a GoFundMe? What do you need help with? What is, I mean, maybe there's things, I don't know, but I saw that and I was like, because she ran away. According to all the things that I heard, she ran away. It wasn't anything else, but you got to go fund me up. Anyway, because I really could have gotten in on that story and I was going to go in on that story. And there was people that were upset with me calling out some of the things that were inconsistent with that story because people could care less about the truth. But all that matters is that Sophia, she's found. That is what matters. I could care less about all the other details. This is the father posted, "Our Sophia has been found and she is safe. I have no words to express the love and appreciation I have for my community." That's all that matters. She's safe. All right. I didn't need to cover that story. Somebody said, "Oh, the money, what?" I don't even think that thing earned $20. I'm good. All right. It was a local story, just like I do local stories all the time, just like we did today. And that's all that matters. But the details I heard about that stuff, okay? The details that weren't adding up, okay? When I spoke to certain people that reached out to me after, it only confirmed it more. So I'm glad that she's good. I'm glad that she's safe. All those people that were shit talking in the comments, there you go. Tómalo. Tuve. So I wasn't trying to come at the lady at all like that, but when you're seeing some things and some people's names, underage people that their names are put out, and now these people are in danger, and I actually even heard that the other girl wanted to kill herself, that she attempted to, because this woman put out that girl's name, and that girl was just trying to protect her friend from a shitty situation that Sophia was in. And then you want to put her on blast and put that girl's name out there, the underage girl, and then you want to retract it. Which we all have screenshots. It's on the internet. And now you're quiet. This girl's found you quiet. So, and they're probably watching. I'm sure they're watching. They're probably, But I'm glad she's safe, man, and I'm glad for the parents or the family. And this is one of those things that I felt that she probably was okay. And even more after the fact with the things that I heard, which I spoke to you guys, the people on Discord, we spoke about this. This is not a surprise. This should not be a surprise to people on Discord. We spoke about this. We know about it. We know about shit before it comes out. Days and weeks before it comes out, we're talking about it. Now it's out. It hasn't been weeks. I'm just exaggerating, but it's been days. So, the other thing too with the Collier County, wasn't there another screenshot you sent me, Fossey? Oh, real quick. If you haven't seen that story, go check it out. I should maybe put the link or something. You should check out that story if you don't know what I'm talking about. If you're kind of a little confused, you should check out the Sophia story. Hold on. There was another screenshot too. I thought there was another one. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay. Another one. For the people that are watching, especially the ones that don't like me and all this or whatever, this is from the Collier County Sheriff's Office. Our terrific detectives have located Sophia and she is safe. We know that there was a lot of interest in Sophia's whereabouts, and due to the personal nature of the circumstances, we will not be discussing the details of this case on social media and hope that everyone can respect Sophia and her family. The important thing is that she's safe and she's been located. We have also seen the comments, some speculation that trafficking was not involved. We can confirm this is not. We can confirm it was not. Are you surprised? Were we not saying that? Was I not saying that? So I'm glad she's safe and we can let that go. Right, unless I have to pull out the cannon, we can let that go. We can move on from that. That's it. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming through. Thank you for coming and supporting. Please hit the like and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications. We'll be following these stories. And that's kind of it. But yo, and even people in the comments with this story, they were calling it out. They knew what it was. And there's people going on there, certain people going on there, commenting on every single account and harassing people just because they were calling this shit out. Well, there you go. Right? There you go. So, anyway, good night. Oh, and the connection was good tonight? Everything's okay? I'm still debating if I should keep the Comcast business. It seemed to be a lot smoother. I got a text from these people. They said they wanted me to reply in text message, but I didn't want to reply to these people. They said, let's see. Okay, let me see if I can open up this message and show you guys, if possible. If possible, without showing them my other messages. Okay, yeah, I can show you. I can take a screenshot. New mode. Okay. What the hell? There we go. Okay. I didn't want to show all the other phone numbers and stuff like that. 550. Oh, Jesus. What's going on with you? Ooh, this is all nasty and jacked up. Well, I guess you can see it. Well, let me save it. Hold on. Text message. Text message. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. The automated machines from Comcast. Hello, we fixed the issue affecting your service. Is everything working okay properly now? Reply yes or no to 226278. I'm never going to reply to that shit. I'm going to leave that for a couple of years. We'll see. We'll see in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. I don't trust you guys. No reply. So, Flossie, to all the minions, Mama sent. Mama's something else. She loves the attention. Gotta fix the chat. But yeah, we're out of here, man. I love you guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Take care and peace. Peace. Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for the super chats and subscriptions and likes. Anna subscribing. Christina, Katie, Marie, Angela subscribing. Taria has liked. Yolanda, oh, the 200 stars. Did I miss that? Yolanda, thank you so much. Handy Mom, Teresa, Jennifer, Unmalik, subscribe. Thank you. Have a good night.